We were going to ask Fessy, but we didn't because we had him on for so long. Top 5 receivers of all time at BYU. Think about that on our live stream. The top 5 receivers of all time. I put a list together, and you can see if you agree. And there's a handful of them that could all fight to be in this top 5. But number 5, I went with Glen Kozlowski, over 2,200 receiving yards and 23 touchdowns. Number 4, Margin Hooks, 2,800 yards, 14 touchdowns. Number 3, Eric Drage. Ty threw to him a lot. He had 3,065 yards, 29 touchdowns. And then we get to the top 2. Cody Hoffman at number 2. He's the all-time leader at BYU with 33 touchdown receptions, had over 3,600 yards. He caught passes from like 5 different quarterbacks, lefties, righties. But we have number 1 on our list, Austin Collie, 3,200 yards plus, 30 touchdowns, just 3 seasons, went on to play in the NFL. He's been on the show, and I think, and then you can throw Phil Odell in there somewhere, I think Austin Collie is probably the number 1. What do you think?
This is tough because there's a couple of different criteria that you can use, right? You can just go off of stats. You can go off of situations and circumstances, or what I like to go off of is just sheer impact.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's guys that may not have the stats, but they make a bigger impact, or they've had bigger plays that they've made in bigger games that produce overall bigger impacts. And I think that's where Austin is with me.
Yeah.
Just a guy that when you stepped on the field, kind of like Puka, kind of like a Kyle Van Noy's, like impact player. And then obviously he has the stats to back it up. Cody is interesting to me, and I have an argument for him being number 1 because of what you said.
Yeah.
The different quarterbacks, right, that he's played.
And he just caught touchdowns. And he caught a lot of other things too.
It's like he never impacted him at all. Whereas with Austin, he had the same quarterback, and one of the best quarterbacks in BYU history at that. So you kind of think as a player, well, was Austin great because of Max, or was Max great, or was it a combination? Whereas Cody is like, I'm gonna be great regardless.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
a tough one too, right there.
And I would also say too, Cody his last couple years went into the independent schedule, so a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't want to say tough on paper.
Better competition.
Right? I want to say
you
better
can
competition.
Say that. Better competition.
Well, I want to see. I would like to see the P5s. That's what we always, in the argument.
Sure.
But as of now, on paper, on the surface, I would say that would give Cody a slight edge, as well as the better competition.
Yeah, I think I could go either way on those two. Collie was so good at the next level as well, but both were dynamic receivers and very different.